Hello everybody, this is Clint Walker and welcome to Real Estate Appraiser Secrets. It's a beautiful day in Middle Tennessee. I am just finished doing a professional measurement on my way to do an appraisal now. I had a question recently from an agent asking, why do bigger houses sell for a lower price per square foot than smaller houses? This is a great question, and in my head it's really easy to talk about, except in reality this is the 8th time I've tried to make this video because every time I do it, it goes really long and I get off on tangents, and it just leads into a lot of other areas of real estate that I love to talk about but make for sort of a stupid rambling video. So I'm going to this is going to be the one. I'm going to try to explain this concisely and clearly. And so here we go. The reason that larger houses sell for a lower price per square foot than smaller houses is two theories. One of which is, you'll sometimes hear appraisers, if you ask another appraiser about this, they'll say that the reason is economies of scale, that larger economies can do things cheaper than smaller economies, and which also applies to building houses. So the bigger you build a house, the less per square foot that it costs you to build it at some point. I typically explain it as diminishing returns. So if it's a new house, yes, economy of scale is part of it, but if not for diminishing returns, then that builder could simply keep making more profit by building a bigger house, because essentially, if 1,000 square feet, if they could make $1,000 per square foot on 1,000 square feet, I guess that's $1 million. Then they could, without diminishing returns, they could just increase the size of that house to 10,000 square feet and make $10 million, right? But the problem is with diminishing returns, market participants don't continue to give you the same value per square foot as they did for the first square foot. Another analogy would be eating chocolates. I love Dove chocolate, and if I eat 10 Dove chocolates, I don't get the same return on my happiness as I got for the first one. I think we all have experienced that. So it's same sort of economic phenomenon in almost everything in our economy. So what happens is that there's a certain cost to build any house, no matter the size. There's a certain level of cost before there's even any square footage at all. So and so then as the house increases, it gets cheaper to build, and also buyers' ability to pay for the house at some point caps out. It caps out purely because of their ability, or because buyers are unwilling to pay more than a set price to be in a certain subdivision or a certain area of town. And you start to see all of that in the value of the sales. And builders know that. So even as new construction, they reduce the price accordingly to what is marketable. So that is maybe the most concise way that I can explain that sort of diminishing returns, why a larger house is less per square foot than a smaller house. It's simply because buyers are not able to keep paying the same price per square foot for a gigantic house as they could for a more modestly sized house. Why this is important to know as an agent, and what I'd really hope for you to take away from this is that when you go to price a house, you need to make sure that you're comparing. If you're going to price this house based on the price per square foot, which I don't personally do, but it's because I'm an appraiser and an agent, and I know another way to do it. But if you're pricing per square foot, you really have to be careful not to go pull a bunch of the smallest houses in the say the subdivision that you're pricing in, and take that price per square foot and apply it to your larger house, because of diminishing returns. That will a lot of times leave you overpricing the house. this is one of the, this is one of the things that causes missed valuations. Well, from an agent's perspective, a missed valuation on the appraisal is the house has been priced per square foot based on a smaller property, and it just inflated the price too far for the bigger house they're listing. The appraiser doesn't price off price per square foot. We don't really pay much attention to it. It should naturally fall into our adjusted range of values at the end, but the price per square foot of real estate is a very generic number. It includes the size of the house, it includes the size of the yard, it includes site improvements. So if you've got 5 beautiful covered patios and a gigantic in-ground pool with a waterfall, all of that is in the price per square foot. As an appraiser, we take all of those things that I've just talked about separately, and we compare them to other properties that have them separately. So price per square foot is just not a valuable metric for us to use because of the way we separate all of the valuable components out. So be careful if you're pricing on price per square foot. Understand the other value components in the property and price that accordingly. Conversely, understand as a listing agent, if you've got all these other value propositions in the property, your price per square foot is going to look high, and that's okay. That should be signaling to informed buyers agents and buyers that this property's got something special going on. In certain parts of town, it might mean that there's an accessory dwelling unit. It might mean there's an in-ground pool. If we're dealing with basement properties and on our MLS, their price per square foot is going to look really low because you've got potentially a lot of finished space in the basement that's getting included in the way the MLS calculates the price per square foot. It's going to make it look really low. So price per square foot's fine to price by if you're dealing with a very homogeneous, very simple property. But if you're dealing with a complex property, you really got to dig in. Maybe call your favorite local appraiser, me, and get some help there. Anyway, that's in 8 tries, that's the best job I've done explaining it. So I hope that's helpful to you all. I hope you're having a great day. If you are watching this on YouTube, would love for you to like and subscribe at the bottom, and you'll get updates when I release a new video. I'm going to try to do these every week. So hope you have a great day, and thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.